Hi, these comments are for MM. I am Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com. You're one of my TOEFL Speaking Bootcamp course students, and I'm getting ready to listen to your part B of your voice recording you sent for the first pretest, right? Now, here's what I can tell you so far. I think lesson number 11, you need to study this lesson. However, you're doing a pretty good job with the sounds, but you still need to work on your intelligibility a little bit. Lesson 12 was much harder for you, so study that one. Lesson 13, the CH and the SH, I think you need more practice there. Lesson 14, especially when the V's in the beginning of the word, that's where you need to pronounce it more clearly. Lesson 15, you need to focus here on the glottal stop. Bat, man, bitten, important, brightening. You need to focus on that glottal stop sound. I think that's important for you there. Lesson 16, both sounds are difficult for you. Lesson 19, let me look at it, see which one this is. Okay, the P, you need to pronounce the P with more aspiration. Especially, you may not notice this, but even at the end of the word, if the P's at the end, this is a voiceless consonant, right? The vowel's a little bit shorter. When the B's at the end, a voice consonant, the vowel which precedes it's a little longer. So we say flap, flab, cap, cab. Lesson 20, you need to work on the Z in the initial position of the word. Lesson 23, you can work on that T and D consonant sound, and especially lesson 24. So those are some things you can focus on right now. You might want to write these down. I did. So here are the lessons. Lesson number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 23, and lesson number 24. Now the next step is you're going to answer these three questions. This is important because it helps me understand more about your speaking fluency and your intelligibility, right? So what's your educational background and your work history? And you tell me a little bit about yourself also. Why is it important for you to improve your speaking and pronunciation abilities of American English? What do you hope to achieve in this course, right? Now, as you speak, I'm going to think about on my intelligibility scale, I will give you what's called a intelligibility score, right? How easy is it to understand you? 1 means it's almost impossible. 7 means very easy, right? So there's kind of a difference here between really tough or really easy. So really easy means 1.1. No, really difficult to understand means 1.1, and then 7 means it's very easy to understand you. You sound like a native speaker. All right, so let's listen to you answer those questions. And I may pause.
So I studied pharmacy in Peru.
Okay.
And I worked at in a hospital for the last 3 years. It's important for me to.
Now, I worked in a hospital for the last 3 years means that you're no longer working there, correct? Now, if you're still working there, you would say, and I have worked in a hospital for the last 3 years, but I don't know what the meaning is there, but just be careful about the simple past and the present perfect verb tenses.
Improve my speaking and pronunciation because I want to apply for an examination here in the United States.
Okay.
To apply for a pharmacy residency and then have the possibility to work as a pharmacist in America.
You can make a lot of money.
And I want to achieve a 26 score in the speaking section to have the possibility to apply to this exam.
Okay. You're a woman of few words. You didn't say a lot in there. That worries me a little bit, but we'll see what happens when you do your first speaking practice test. Okay, so here, I think you seem to be pretty comfortable speaking, right? I mean, you're having a lot of major problems there. And yesterday in our Zoom meeting that we had, you were able to tell me a lot of your goals. Now, it's a little bit harder sometimes when you're making a recording. Am I right? See, I'm doing this YouTube video right now, but who am I talking to right now? Nobody. But I have to imagine I'm talking to you. So when you're doing your TOEFL speaking practice, you have to imagine that you're explaining this information to someone else, right? But don't imagine SpeechRater. Don't imagine the TOEFL IBT Human Rater. That's a little bit too stressful. But just think of a friend. You're telling your friend what you believe or what you heard and blah, blah, blah. So it might help you relax a little bit. Based on your response here, I'm going to put you in the 4 area, 4.1 out of 7. That puts you at high intermediate level right here, so you can read a little bit more what 4 means when you go right here. This is kind of, I think, what describes you pretty well right now. Now your goal here is to at least go up to 5, right? When you do the post test at the end of the course, don't tell me what your score is. I will completely forget by that point. But you're trying to get at least 5.1 or higher on that post test. And that means that if you do not pass or get 26 on the speaking, it is probably not because of pronunciation. It's some other reason. Because your pronunciation is very clear. All right, I think that's it. Thank you for doing this first pretest. This is very important. So now you know specific lessons that you can begin studying to reduce your non-native speaker accent. Even, you can do this. You can send me some pronunciation practice each day or every other day, depending on whether you want to do speaking or pronunciation practice, right? So if you go to lesson number 11, for example, you'll notice some voice recording exercises at the end of each lesson. You can take one of those exercises, you can record it, save the file, and then email that to me for feedback. But just remember my rule. Do not send me more than 60 seconds of speaking or pronunciation practice every 24 hours. Okay, so what do you do now? Start working on these lessons, but you should also start sending me speaking practice. Do not wait. Well, I'm going to get through all my pronunciation lessons. No, don't do that. You can do things at two things at the same time, right? So do the pronunciation practice each day. Keep doing that and start sending me speaking practice beginning tomorrow. Okay? Thank you.